Shannon Burns, welcome to The Filter. We took a week off, but we are back with more stories to keep you up to date with the world of music. So let's get into it. The American Music Awards were on last night, and Taylor Swift was the big winner of the night. She took home the award for Artist of the Year for the third year in a row, as well as Favorite Music Video and Favorite Pop Rock Female Artist. But she wasn't there to collect her awards because she's busy re-recording her music catalog. She explained in a video that played that when she won, that's where she is instead, and she's so excited for her fans to hear it. Taylor has always been very transparent with her fans about the situation with her music, where Scooter Braun bought her entire music catalog without her being able to do anything about it. And this past month, Scooter has now sold these rights to her first 6 albums to an investment company, meaning that he can still profit off of this success. So in order to combat that, she is re-recording years of music that we will now be able to listen to guilt-free. So we're excited to hear it. Other big winners from the night was The Weeknd, who was hardly recognizable, dressed up in bandages. He had gauzes all over his face, which has kind of just been his whole vibe throughout his entire After Hours album era. He won Favorite Soul R&B Male Artist, Favorite Soul R&B Album, and Soul and R&B Song for Heartless. Doja Cat also won big. She took home awards for the Best New Artist of the Year and Best Soul and R&B Female Artist. Today is the big day that we get the Shawn Mendes documentary In Wonder that's been released on Netflix. We really get to know Shawn and more of the behind-the-scenes look at his life, and in anticipation building up to his next album Wonder that's coming out on December 4th. We also really learn a lot about the relationship between him and his girlfriend Camila Cabello and how much their relationship really inspires his music. He explains in the documentary that pretty much every single song that he has ever written is about Camila. And we really learn about how their relationship started and how it's grown over the last few years. I'm about halfway through the documentary right now. I'm gonna finish it after this. So far, it is so good, so definitely worth checking out. SIA is receiving backlash after casting Maddie Ziegler as a person with autism in her new movie that's titled Music. After the trailer for the film was released, there were a ton of people that were asking SIA why she didn't cast somebody who was actually on the autism spectrum, saying that it's offensive and disrespectful not to do so, since this could have been a great opportunity to showcase autistic talent. SIA responded by saying, "Special abilities is what I've always said, and casting someone at her level of functioning was cool, not kind, so I made the executive decision that we would do our best to wrongly represent the community." She also brought up the fact that she worked closely with an autism center to portray the character correctly, and she always had 2 people who were on the spectrum on hand while she was shooting. She also said that she researched for 3 years before making the film, which people said isn't good enough since she still didn't include any autistic actors. I feel like this situation might be a good idea to just listen to what people of the autistic community have to say, and then learning from them and applying that to her future projects rather than just coming to defense. Just a thought. Tomorrow we get the much anticipated Grammy nominations. With so many massive albums and singles over the last year, it will be really interesting to see who gets acknowledged for these massive awards. And it's easy to predict some artists whose names that we will probably hear announced tomorrow, like The Weeknd, who's had one of the biggest albums of the last year with After Hours, Taylor Swift, of course, who won big at the AMAs yesterday, who came out with the massively successful surprise album Folklore. And Harry Styles has never received a Grammy, let alone a nomination, so this could be his year because of his album Fine Line. It's also being predicted that we could see Dua Lipa up for some awards, as well as Megan Thee Stallion, and of course BTS. So it'll be so exciting to see who is going to be getting some really excited phone calls coming up in the next 24 hours. Today happens to be Miley Cyrus's birthday. She's turning 28 years old, and that's not the only thing that she's going to be celebrating this week, since we're getting her latest album, Plastic Hearts, on Friday. Don't forget to enter now to celebrate the release with Miley herself in a private video chat for you and a friend. Link down below. So if you want to hear her talk more about the music making process with this album and what we can expect from it, you can check out my interview with her on this channel. Also, make sure that you subscribe to stay up to date with all of the latest music news stories, because we come out with new videos of The Filter every single Monday and Thursday. So we'll see you in a few days.